Hey everybody, I'm Axel the Red, and welcome back to some Mass Effect 2. While normally I would probably go into a little bit of detail, talk about what happened last episode, this is going to be more of a fast-paced episode, so I figured we'd start off with a little heart-racing moment here. So, but I'll talk while I go. So basically, we just woke up Jack, who was in that little chamber right there, and turns out Jack was a she. And when she woke up, she immediately went ballistic. 9 and 11 have lost life support. No survivors. And she Falcon punched her way out of here. As you see, this giant hole was probably a Falcon punch. So, right now we're chasing back after her. At the same time, we're fugitives in a way, because we were actually planned to be captured, or they planned to capture us, and they failed. So right now why can't I move? Wait, seriously, why? Anyways, so they were planning on capturing us, that didn't work out for them, and now we gotta shoot our way out from, I'm assuming, both prisoners. Over here! I guess not. And Blue Sun's mercenaries, who are the ones who run this ship, this prison thing known as Purgatory. A lot of information to take in if you're just jumping in with us now, but hopefully this wasn't too confusing and you'll enjoy this episode for what it is, which is a lot of action, a lot of shooting, and more than likely it's going to entail with a lot of dying. I'm probably going to die a bunch of times, I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever gone through this without dying at least once, so let's see how this works. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, nope, that didn't work. Holy crap. Oh, I hate mechs. I really do. That's why I can't wait to have Tally, so that she can hack these things. Nope. Really? I forgot to reload. Okay. And I won.
Impending explosion.
The warden has locked down the area behind you. You must find another exit route.
Why is it that every time one of those mechs blow up, I forgot what they're called, but every time one of those mechs blows up, it's like an atomic bomb went off. And I think this is the key example of what I mean when I hate the hacking and the bypassing. Because this is exactly the kind of environment where you don't need to stop and slow down to work this. I know I missed one, but come on. There we go! Finally. Now I've got a kind of headache again. Anywho. I'm gonna more than likely I'm gonna do my best to try to play this episode, through the mission, up until we get Jack onto the ship. If not, if time is restricting me, then I'll save those cutscenes for the next episode. But more than likely, I'm going to try to kind of blitz through this, kill a bunch of people, not skip cutscenes, but run through the cutscenes, and cut this episode at probably 25 minutes to half hour length. Does that sound okay with you guys? That's what most of my episodes, I honestly did not expect. Nice. I love that headshot. I almost shot at Garrus. I honestly did not expect the episodes to run that long when I first thought of the idea of doing these videos. I thought maybe maximum like 15-20 minutes, but they just kept coming out 30 minutes long, and some of you have seen the hour-long video from when we got Garrus. It saddens me when I get a good headshot clean through the eyes, and yet they don't die because they have a stupid shield up. Anyway, do I have ammo? Okay. Yeah, so the episodes they keep running long, and that's my own fault. And I guess kind of the game's fault too, for having such long cutscenes. Or I guess maybe my own fault for deciding to sit through the cutscenes. But either way, Either way, I hope you guys enjoy it for what it is. This game has a lot of content to begin with anyway. So if I get this series down in like only 30 episodes, that would be an accomplishment, trust me. Because this game is really long. Okay, not... I don't see why it took that long to shoot. Maybe not really long, but it's time consuming, that's for sure. Ooh. I don't know if I got a headshot there. Did I? He went down, but I saw that he had a little bit of health left. Unless I'm wrong. This mech... the mechs are what kill me every single time that I'm here. Because they give so many of these Emir mechs. And I'm usually good with Norse mythology, but I forget what Emir is. And I know it's Norse mythology because they've been basing all of the mechs' names off of Norse mythology. I mean, you have... Oh, snap! I just realized all my teammates are dead. Because you have Fenris, or Fenrir, depending on how you want to pronounce it. You have... Oh, I have to wait. You have the Loki mechs, and you have Emir, which is obviously of that pronunciation. I think it's Icelandic or Norwegian. I don't remember. Anyways, it's of that region. You can tell from the language. And where is the mech? Come on! Boom! Headshot!
It's gonna blow! Killed that
Oh,
one.
snap! I didn't hear when Garrus said it's gonna blow, so I'm walking, I'm like, why is my gun not... Oh wait, this thing's about to blow up! That was dumb of me. Seriously though, why did my gun change? Or did I just get ammo? And I ran out before. I'm aware that some of the things that I say are confusing. I confuse myself. I can only make sense of certain things. I don't have good syntax when it comes to thinking. Or especially thinking out loud. I really don't. So, you guys may already be aware of this. Some people may even be wondering if I'm foreign or not. I am not. I am actually American born, and my parents were military. So, and English is my first language. So it's not like I have that excuse. I'm just really bad at speaking. It's the truth. There we go. At least I'm getting money out of this. Wait, was that in the thousands? Yeesh. Heyday. Okay, we're actually making good time right now. Yes.
You're valuable, Shepard. I could have sold you and lived like a king. But you're too much trouble. At least I can recapture Jack.
Not happening. You're a 2-bit slave trader, and I don't have time for it.
I do the hard things civil governments are unwilling to. This is for the good of the galaxy.
That rifle that he has, I think it's supposed to be very fast, but not very powerful. And I'm basing this off of the statistics, or the stats from Mass Effect 3. They give you the full rundown of what each weapon is like. As opposed to this game, it's just like, oh, you have a rifle. This one's better than this one. Oh, okay, wonderful. Okay, that worked. Can we reach that one? No. Okay, Morden, you're gonna not do anything, I guess, because you're still recharging. Morden, you're gonna blast that one. Please.
Wish I was standing downwind.
Never mind. Okay, never mind. I'm... Wow, okay. I know you have to shoot these things to get to that guy, whose name I all of a sudden forget. Oh. Again, I'm using a small screen, so I don't... Sometimes I don't see the people that are shooting at me. I'm just like, hey, I don't really know what's going on, guys. What's happening? Garrus? Yes, there we go. Boom. I know I'm missing, but he's at a very, very far distance, and he's moving at a faster rate than I'm comfortable with. This one, though, is stationary. And that was, indeed, a boom headshot. I guess he's in there? Okay. We need this one down. Ha! Win! That was not a headshot, but it still felt epic. Someone's still shooting at me! Die! I'm trying to figure out how to strategically take these two guys out while still dealing with the boss. I think I got him? No. And more, if you give me a hand, thank you, and boom. It's all a process. I hope my mic isn't bugging out again this time. I don't know what happened yesterday, that this computer, I really have to run a bunch of tests for this, because the things work in sync correctly. Otherwise, there's just a big mess happening. I keep using the wrong reticle. And I missed at close range. Ha! Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever felt that good about shooting somebody in the leg. That was epic. Oh, they killed him without me! I wanted the final headshot, man! Oh, and here's Jack again. As you can, if you look closely, she's really not wearing any clothing except for the, like, what is essentially equivalent of a belt and a harness.
Cerberus.
Good thing she doesn't punch a hole through the wall there, because that would just spell bad for us.
What the hell do you want?
I'm Commander Shepard. That's all. What do you want? I'm Commander Shepard. Okay, but what do you want?
You're in a bad situation, and I'm gonna get you out of here.
Shit, you sound like a pussy. I'm not going anywhere with you. You're Cerberus.
I just remembered that Jack doesn't exactly have the cleanest tongue. Anytime there's a scene with Jack in it, I know I'm gonna have to put a lot of bleeps in there. Being my enemy is unhealthy. I'm not your enemy. I don't work for them. So what? So what? Oh, okay, that's what it says. I'm sorry, I can't see with certain things. I'm not your enemy.
I'm here to ask for your help.
You show up in a Cerberus frigate to take me away somewhere? You think I'm stupid?
Yes. No.
This ship is going down in flames. We can get you to safety, and we're asking for your help.
We could knock her out and take her.
I'd like to see you try.
Maybe we should. No.
We're not gonna attack her.
Good move. Look, you want me to come with you? Make it worth my while.
Join my team, and I'll do what I can for you.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I bet your ship's got lots of Cerberus databases. I want to look at those files, see what Cerberus has got on me. You want me on your team? Let me go through those databases.
I think they thought that maybe having her completely covered in tattoos will make up for the fact that she's not wearing anything up top. Bluff. Okay. I have no poker face.
I'll give you full access.
You better be straight up with me. So why the hell are we standing here?
Move out.
It's on you, lady. Seriously, she is so. She has such a terrible temper. It's irritating, actually. I don't really like having to deal with Jack in this game. Because her temper is ridiculous. It's just like, what are we waiting for? You to stop with your little hissy fit about the fact that that's a Cerberus vehicle? Technically, it's my vehicle. Cerberus just built it. That's all. We have Miranda, who does virtually nothing except for spy on us openly. If you ever talk to Miranda, that's what she, like, and you ask her what she does on the ship, aside from being your second in command, which I did not appoint her, by the way, because otherwise, never mind. She literally just spies on you and.
Welcome to the Normandy, Jack. I'm Miranda, Shepard's second in command.
See?
On this ship, we follow orders.
Tell the Cerberus cheerleader to back off, Shepard. I'm here because of...
I really would love to. In fact, I would love to tell her to go jump into the, what's it called? The waste disposal area? The trash compressor, and just push her back out into space. No helmet. It bothers me that she's automatically made my second in command. Why? Because the elusive man wants to spy on me? Like, that's literally all she does. She just spies on me. And she tells you, too, I'm here to observe all that you do and send my reports to the elusive man. So you're spying on me. And then she does nothing else. She just sits away. I promise you, she's probably doing nothing but playing solitaire in her computer, if they even have solitaire. Probably doing nothing but playing solitaire in her little desk computer. In her cabin, which is has its own bed and I think its own bathroom and everything. So this fancy cabin, all to herself. The rest of my teammates have to sleep in bunk beds, essentially. But she gets her own cabin for doing nothing. I mean, me having my own cabin makes sense. I'm the captain. I'm Commander Shepard. I get my own cabin. But she doesn't deserve one. The only place she deserves to sleep is on a red giant somewhere in a far-off galaxy. Or 6 feet under. Whichever she prefers. Or you know what? Whichever anybody chooses.
Miranda will let you into the system. Let me know what you find.
Hear that, Precious? We're going to be friends. You, me, and every embarrassing little secret. I'll be reading down in the hold, or somewhere near the bottom. I don't like a lot of through traffic. Keep your people off me. Better that way.
What's funny is that I hate them both. Well, okay, I hate Miranda with a passion. And I'm sorry that I went on that long rant. Like, you guys are probably just like, hurry up with the cutscene. But I hate Miranda with a passion, as you may already know. I don't very much care for Jack in this game, because she has such a tough attitude. She has such an attitude that she's just like, oh, I'm the toughest thing in this universe, and no one can touch me, and I'm more traumatized than anybody else, and da-da-da-da. It's just a really sad cry for attention that gets really, really, really old, and you just want to punch her. But between the two, I have to go with Jack. Because at least Jack is useful. And I can understand her a little bit better. But Miranda, she's just a pain. Miranda is useless. Completely. So.
Shepard,
I decided that since this episode was going to be short anyway, because the mission only had a little bit left, that I would go ahead and show you guys a little bit around the ship. I don't think I've gotten the chance to do that for you guys. Show you around the ship, maybe talk to a few people, get you guys familiar with their backstory. In between episodes, I talked to Morton already, and got to know his history. He worked for the Solarian Special Task Group and helped modify the genophage, which is a disease, so to speak, or a condition that the Krogans have that greatly limits their ability to reproduce. Some call it a sterility thing, condition, because sterility thing, because it prevents them from because they feel like no one. Okay, well, yeah, it's a little bit of an exaggeration. It really just limits them. It doesn't make them completely barren, but it does hinder their ability to create more Krogan. And so, yeah, so that's basically what he worked on, and he actually takes pride in his work for doing that. Some call it genocide, what he did. A lot of people, some Solarians even, But he decided that his work was worth it, and that he will stick by whatever he did. And you know what? I have to respect that. I actually have to respect that, the fact that he believed in what he did. Even if his mind changes at some point in time, he will still say, "No, I still think, as I did then, that at that time it was the right decision. Right now, this is a better decision." It's just like, it makes sense. And I like that he owns up to his decisions, because a lot of people nowadays won't do that. They'll make a mistake and they'll know it, and the better of us will admit that they made a mistake. Equally better of us will own up to their mistake, essentially. But basically, the better of us will own up to their mistakes, right? Whereas though anybody else is just like, "Oh, I didn't make that mistake." No, and they'll deny it, and they'll all these different things, and it's just, and you feel kind of irritated because they're not owning up to their actions. They're not taking responsibility for the things that they did, and that's a sign of immaturity. Whereas Morden took responsibility for his actions on working with the Genophage and continuing on with the sterility of the Krogan people. And he owns up to that, and he takes responsibility, and that shows a lot of maturity, and so I very much respect Morden. I feel like Morden is, despite the fact that he's Solarian, is actually a good representation of certain human aspects and how we perceive things. Like, for example, like I mentioned before, that he for him, the ends justify the means. So it doesn't matter what you did, as long as in the end you feel like you accomplished something good, then it was totally worth it. Which some would definitely disagree with that. I sometimes disagree with that. There are a lot of the times where I feel like the ends don't justify the means, that it could be accomplished in a better way. But I can understand why sometimes people would take that perspective. So, anyway, I'm just ranting, or not ranting, but I'm just talking about Morden. That's all he has to say. Ooh, upgrades.
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the collectors?
Ideas, yes. Expensive, but possibly valuable. Can show you.
That's one thing. Before the final mission, we have to get upgrades from our teammates, and so that we can survive the mission, because the upgrades will help the ship survive impact when we finally land.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
From when we finally land, and oh, wrong one. And loyalty missions need to be accomplished as well, because that way everyone will survive the mission, which I want, because I want to see these people in Mass Effect 3 when I transfer it over.
Jack's tattoos are beautiful. As colorful as her past, I'm sure. I have concerns with her temper, though.
You have worries about Jack?
I know she'll be solid under fire, but her attitude suggests deep personal issues. She pushes people away, yet approaches sex casually. I don't think she understands her own motivations. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes advances on you. If you want her respect, think twice.
I'll do my best not to piss her off.
Please warn me if you fail. I want a chance to hide. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
And
if any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Basically, I know I'm skipping through this, and some of you...
I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make
some
sure
of
yes.
you are not glad. Basically, the sum of it is that she works as a yeoman, and networks his messages and everything, and lets him know whenever... Not only that he gets an unread message, as you guys saw earlier, but whenever a crew member needs to talk to us, they tell her, and she lets me know whenever I'm back on the Normandy. So, like, if Garrus has something he needs to talk to me about, he'll come up to Chambers, and she'll let me know whenever that happens. Whenever I get back, and she'll say, "Hey, Garrus wants to talk to you down in the weapons area." So, that's basically her job, and she also said that she works as the ship's psychiatrist, in a sense. She basically sits down and talks to them and makes sure that they're focused on the mission, and that there isn't anything that's really distracting them, and that there isn't anything that's causing them any emotional trauma. So, which is good to have. As a psychology major, I very much agree that this is a necessary thing that every unit should have. They should have somebody that they could talk to. Just saying.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by
yeah.
the elusive man, but mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail. I trust you.
I might do more than
now.
catch you.
Anything
Yes,
else you'd like to talk about?
You probably caught a
better
little
go.
bit of that tone, but you can be flirtatious with Kelly, and you can actually initiate a relationship. I won't. But you can, and it's better that you at least invite her to dinner up in your cabin, and I know how that sounds, but it's better that you do, because that way, because she has a better chance of surviving at the end. Or in the next game.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to
Good
make
man.
sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
It's good that you have a mind of your own. That's my thing. Cerberus actions.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
See, Jacob's a good man. Jacob's job here is to run the armory, as you can see, all these guns. He runs the armory, and I think he's the one who I forgot what the official word is, but basically hands out disperses, I guess, the weapons right before mission. So I'm actually going to take a quick break to speak to Joker, because we haven't really spoken to you guys, and I want you guys
You heard about Ferris Fields. And he used
to really appreciate Joker for what he is. Hilarious man.
Okay, Shepard, glad you're back, but keep an eye on that last one. We can only
He's
hold
referring to
so
Jack,
much
of course.
crazy.
I assume everything is going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output, and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
I'm no fan either, but we're stuck with it.
Until I find a soldering gun. There's gotta be some wires I can cross to make it hurt.
No sabotage. Understood?
Yeah, don't play the boss's toys.
The squad.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It seems like Garrus has finally worked that stick out of his butt, but now he's trying to beat guys to death with it. I can't believe I like the old Garrus better. No surprise, Morden acts superior to everyone, like he's got tenure at FU. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
That's
Wasn't
it for
that
now.
much comedy
See ya,
as
Commander.
I expected. I actually wish that I regret that I did not speak to him and record it for you guys whenever we got Garrus, because his words, if I remember correctly, were it's like, hey, we got Garrus back, great, because he was totally my favorite. Oh, I love Joker. Cruise quarters, my cabin, and engineering. So, like I said, I'm gonna run through the ship. And now we've reached about the normal amount of time for the episode. So probably not going to show you guys too much. There isn't much in engineering except for Jack, and she's just going to, swear and whine. And Zaid is down there as well. That Australian mercenary that we saw earlier, or that joined our team way back in like episode 3, 4. Maybe 5?
Chef surprise again.
Oh yeah!
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. As Sergeant Rupert Gardner here.
This is the chef, as you can tell.
You have everything you need.
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I won't take any more of your time.
Yeah, so he's the chef. And down this way, I think is the battery. Or the batteries, or the main battery. There we are. And there's Garrus!
Shepard.
Just want to talk.
Need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Sure. Just checking the weapon systems.
Of course.
You can never be too careful. I thought I'd seen every weapon in the galaxy in our fight against Saren. Mercenary work showed me otherwise. And now Cerberus rebuilds the Normandy with a few upgrades to boot. I wish we'd joined up with them sooner.
We haven't joined Cerberus. They're funding our mission. That's all.
Relax, Shepard. Just a figure of speech. I can't exactly doubt your judgment. Not after I got my own squad killed.
How'd you end up fighting mercenaries here on Omega?
After the Normandy was destroyed, most of us went our separate ways. C-Sec asked me back, but I turned them down. Omega was filled with criminals nobody else could touch. And there was no red tape to slow me down. It was a perfect fit. People here needed someone to believe in. Someone to stand up to the local thugs.
That explains how you started. How'd you end up with a squad?
Not too different from how you formed your squad to fight Saren, actually. You prove that you get things done, and people join up. Mercs who wanted to atone. Security consultants tired of playing by the rules. I gave them hope. And now they're dead. Shows what I know.
This is ridiculous, man. Like, I never really noticed how much the different crew members display the various emotions and mental processes that humans go through. Because, I mean, I know what it's like to shoulder that much guilt on you.
What did your merc squad do? It didn't sound like you were available for hire.
You saw Omega. It was full of thugs kicking the helpless. I formed my team to kick back. We weren't mercenaries. At least nobody was paying us. We made money by taking down slavers, pirates, or gangs that went too far.
It sounds like you were just another gang.
Then I'm saying it wrong. We didn't shake anyone down. No civilian casualties. That was our rule. Every member of my team had lost someone to Omega's gangs. We weren't out to get rich. We were out to make those bastards think twice before murdering someone in the street.
Doesn't sound like you made any friends with the gangs.
I got 3 separate merc bands to work together to take me down. My manager at C-Sec would be impressed. It was simple. We'd hit their shipments, disrupt activities, get under their skin, make them angry. They'd come charging right into our well-prepared kill zone, crossfire and snipers, clean and surgical. They never stood a chance.
Like that bridge that you took them out of? That was pretty impressive. Squad makeup.
Tell me about your squad.
There were 12 of us, including me. Former military operatives, C-Sec agents, the usual. Had a Solarian explosives expert. Pretty sure he'd spent time in the Special Tasks Group. My tech expert was a Batarian, believe it or not. Not the friendliest guy, but he could hack any system ever built.
How did those mercenary gangs take down your team?
It was my own damn fault. One of my people betrayed me. A Turian named Sidonis. He drew me away just before the mercs attacked my squad. Then he disappeared. Everyone except me is dead because of him. And because I didn't see it coming.
I'm not sure I understand. What happened exactly?
Sidonis asked for my help on a job. When I got to the meeting point, nobody was there. By the time I got back to our hideout, the mercs had killed all but 2 of my squad. And they didn't last long.
Do you know where Sidonis is now?
No. His trail vanishes after he leaves Omega, but I'll keep hunting. I lost my whole team except for Sidonis. One day I'll find him and correct that. Thanks for coming by, Shepard. I've got some things to take care of.
I almost made me a little misty in the eyes, man. It's rough. Oh yeah, there is the clinic with Dr. Chakwas, and if I go talk to her, then I can ask her what she needs, just like I did with the chef, and she'll ask for some brandy. And this is Miranda Station. So, this is her room. This is her office. A little chair there. I don't know what she's doing on the computer right now. She's typing something, apparently. She's got a bunch of books. And, oh look, she has a couch, coffee table, a bed. I have no idea what that is at all. Okay, so she doesn't have her own bathroom. I thought she did. But, unless this is the door to it. But yeah, she has her own personal living quarters that are all fancy and nice. Why? I'm not even gonna talk to her. I can't stand her. So much for cutting this episode short. Oh my, and I have to be somewhere actually. I have a friend that I need to pick up from work. So, like I said, not much in energy engineering except for Jack and Zaid. And then the captain's cabin. So we're actually gonna go up to the second floor. And I think I'll pause it there and cut this episode. I wish this transition would take a little less time. It's kind of irritating. Only a little. But yeah, so that was this episode. And as you saw, like I said, we got Jack, and all's good, I guess. And I'm gonna end it here. Like I said, no surprise. Oh, good episode. It was pretty fun, actually, that mission. I'm surprised that I survived. I mentioned that I never do, and somehow I did. So I'm proud of myself for being able to survive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I know I enjoyed playing for you guys, and I hope you guys keep coming back for more. And if you guys liked the video, if you did enjoy the video, if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and like and or favorite. Or if you really enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can see the videos that are to come. And tomorrow we're going to go tackle the last recruitment mission, which is go get the warlord, Professor O'Keir, who is a Krogan scientist. Bit oxymoronic if you ask me, but who am I to judge? They're smart Krogans, like the 1 in a million, but yeah, so we're gonna go get Professor O'Keir, who apparently has Krogans have lifetimes that last like at least 1,000 years, if not more. So so he has a lot of experience in the battlefield, so he'll be a good asset to us. So we're gonna go pick him up in the next episode, which will happen tomorrow, and I hope to see you guys there as we go to pick up the warlord. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Stay awesome, guys.